2011 saw some fairly significant developments in privacy law. We saw for the first time the FTC imposing a requirement of a comprehensive privacy program on two of the largest online companies. That was a first. And we saw a continuation of the FTC's aggressive enforcement for data security breaches as well as unfair privacy practices. We also saw the FTC issue its report in draft, as well as the Department of Commerce's Green Paper, all of which set the stage for what I think will happen in 2012, which will be a continued progression towards much stronger privacy protections in the United States and much more to be expected of business with respect to privacy. With that said, I don't think we will see any privacy legislation, comprehensive privacy legislation in 2012, if we see any legislation at all. That doesn't mean that businesses should let their guard down. In fact, I analogize the period that we're in right now to the period before the passage of the environmental laws in 1970, where the shape and structure of the laws really took place over a period of years in the 60s. And I think that's what we're seeing now. So this year will be significant in terms of the consideration of various legislative proposals. And with the activity in the European Union, the proposal that's expected from the Commission, the way privacy is protected will be in the public spotlight probably throughout the year. So we will see media attention, legislative attention by the regulators, and this has become a topic for the press as well. Front page of the Wall Street Journal continues to have articles on privacy practices and privacy expectations. So as a result, even though there is not likely to be a major change in the law, there will be an increased or increasing expectations by consumers, by employees, by patients, by people with financial accounts, that their personal data be protected more than ever before.
Health information is some of the most regulated information in the world, especially in the U.S., where the HIPAA regulations put strict limits on its use. My top 3 picks for health privacy issues in 2012 are: 1, enforcement. There'll be more of it. After 10 years of lax enforcement, HHS, the federal agency charged with enforcing the HIPAA regulations, and state AGs have new powers to bring legal action and impose penalties for HIPAA violations. Last year, HHS imposed its first $1 million+ fines for HIPAA violations, and they have 150 audits planned for 2012. Issue 2, data breaches. There'll be more of them and more consequences. HHS is thinking about changing the rules. Today, only breaches that have the possibility of imposing a significant risk of harm on the affected individuals have to be reported. HHS is thinking about changing the rules to require the reporting of all breaches regardless of the risk of harm. That will likely result in over-reporting and a lot of needless worry, but it seems to be the direction in which the department is going right now. And finally, mobile health. Today, healthcare workers, healthcare professionals are using mobile media, smartphones, and iPads more than ever before, and the number of health-related apps available is exploding. What you'll see is increased concern about the security of information on those mobile platforms and likely increased regulation. That's it for 2012.
This year will bring some dramatic developments in privacy law. New guidance is expected from the Commerce Department and from the FTC. There'll be new HIPAA regulations, new COPPA regulations, new EU regulation. The activity and energy in the field is quite high. In this year, I expect privacy to ascend to a new level of importance and urgency at many companies.
I think the word on the privacy front for 2012 is mobile privacy. With our computing devices through our iPhones and iPads and tablets having ever more computing power and applications and the ability to interact and provide and share data, I think the mobile privacy front will be a ripe one for various issues, including transparent business practices and other issues. So I see that as one of the primary areas that will be gaining attention in 2012. Similarly, mobile payments is an area where I expect there to be a lot of attention in the privacy and data security arena. as we have the Google Wallet and ISIS rolling out with its mobile wallet. The ability to pay through near-field communications without actually swiping the card will present, I think, a lot of new and different challenges and interests. Similarly, mobile functionality that's available now in automobiles is really rapidly increasing, so it'll be interesting to see how those interactivity that is available in the automobiles presents new issues and privacy issues for businesses and regulators alike. So I think the word for 2012, from my perspective, is mobile privacy.
2012 may be the year when the U.S. gains some respect and recognition from the EU with respect to privacy and data protection. The EU is struggling to put into place detailed data protection regulations, and I think there are a lot of similarities in the topics that they're addressing now and those that were the subject of the HIPAA regulations. And we've had more than a decade of experience with those regulations and have a lot of learnings to share with the EU. So I look forward to more collaboration between the EU and the US with respect to privacy and data protection.